So you know that starting to lift weights is one of the absolute best decisions that you can make for your health. But where do you start? I get it. The gym is an intimidating place. I've been lifting for 14 years now, and I still come across equipment that literally makes me feel like Aaron Yeager trying to figure out ODM gear. Okay, but thankfully by the end of this video, you will be able to walk into the gym with confidence because I've constructed a workout plan for you no matter how many days you're able to get to the gym. I have made a routine for 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 workouts per week. So no matter what your schedule is, you will be able to walk into the gym with a plan. You might be small when you walk in there, but you will be confident.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
So with that, let's first jump into a few of the principles of how to structure a workout plan, and then we'll get into the workout splits that I have made for you. And make sure to stick around to the end to find out which one I'm currently running and how the results have been so far. All right, so the first principle to consider when structuring a workout plan is that optimal results, aka maximum muscle growth, are achieved by training a muscle twice per week for a total of 10 to 20 sets. We also know that you typically build muscle for the 48-hour period following a workout, so we try to give each muscle at least 2 days rest. The second principle is that we want to obtain the maximum amount of output for each exercise and for each muscle group. What this means is we want to minimize the exhaustive effects of previous exercises on the current exercise that you're doing. For example, and this is why I hate the push-pull leg split. On push day, you're going to be doing chest, shoulders, triceps, all in one workout, and those all work together on most of the exercises that you're doing. So you're going to be completely exhausted by the time you get to your last workout, and you're barely going to have any quality output. Instead, what we can do is stack antagonistic muscle groups like the chest and the back, the legs and the shoulders, the arms and the calves, things like that, that don't interfere with each other, so that you can work one, give it a break while you're working a separate muscle, and then come back and be fresh and give maximal output. The third principle is that compound lifts, aka lifts that engage multiple muscle groups, are the most demanding and therefore should be done at the beginning of a workout, and you shouldn't do too many of them in one session. I consider compound lifts to be the bench, the squat, and the deadlift. These three I don't do on the same day ever. I do consider pull-ups to also be a compound lift, but I found that I can do those in addition to those first 3 exercises, so I don't worry about stacking pull-ups away from those other exercises. So those are the principles I've taken into consideration when constructing these plans for you. So without further ado, let's jump into the 2 days per week workout routine. So if you're only able to make it to the gym 2 days per week, you're not going to see as significant of results as if you were able to get to the gym more often. But going to the gym 2 days per week is astronomically better than going 0 days per week. So if that's what you can make work, then great. If I was going to the gym 2 days per week, I'd be doing full body workouts, and it would look something like this. I'll throw it up on the screen here. I'm not going to go through every single exercise, but feel free to pause the video and screenshot it. So as you can see, these 2 workouts contain a lot of very demanding exercises and just overall a large amount of exercises. And this is because if you're only going to the gym 2 days per week, the trade-off is going to be that you have to cram as much volume into those 2 days as you possibly can, or else you're not going to be training with a high enough frequency to see significant results. And you open yourself up to muscle imbalances. What this means is if you train a certain muscle group, right? For example, if you train chest, this happened to me, but you don't train, for example, rear delts, you open yourself up to imbalances and then eventual injury. What happened to me was that I was training my chest a lot, and so my chest muscles became overdeveloped compared to my rear delts, which I wasn't training at all. And what happened was my AC joint, which is this joint right here that connects your clavicle to your shoulder blade, started to get pulled forward by my chest, and because my rear delts weren't strong enough to keep it balanced, I ended up getting major injury in that joint that prevented me from doing bench press for like 6 to 8 months of doing anything more than like the bar because of muscle imbalances. So you want to make sure that you're keeping your exercise selection as symmetrical as possible, and that's why you have to do so much in these workouts. And side note here, I didn't include any sets or reps in these workouts because that is really up to what your individual goals are and your individual where you're at in your journey. If you are looking for just a starting point, right? Somewhere where you can just start maybe your first workout or whatever it is without anything being tailored to your individual needs, I would just say 3 sets of 12. Do 3 sets of 12 for everything and you'll get a good base starting point. That's 12 reps is enough to get solid muscle hypertrophy as well as build strength. And as you begin to specialize down the road, that can change and evolve for your individual situation. For 3 days per week, I recommend a more structured upper lower split because you have more room to spread out your volume and incorporate more targeted isolation exercises. And I would recommend something that looks like this. This may seem confusing because there's 4 workouts and there's 3 days per week that you're working out, but just keep cycling through the split. The day of the week that you do each workout will change, but if you just keep cycling through, you're gonna get higher frequency and better quality than with a traditional 3-day split like push-pull legs, which is absolute garbage. In a 3-day push-pull leg split, you would do chest, triceps, and shoulders first, then you would do back and biceps, and then you would do legs. For chest, you might do bench press, incline dumbbell press, and cable flies, in addition to doing shoulders and triceps on that very same day. What this does is it increases your exhaustion on your chest because 1, you've done 3 at least chest exercises in a row, and 2, you have exhausted the shoulders and triceps, which aid in your chest exercises. So by the end, by the final couple exercises, you're hardly going to get any quality output. Also, you would only be doing chest once per week, which we know according to principle 1 is not optimal for maximum muscle growth. Instead, if you do the workout that I described previously, you're still getting the same amount of volume with bench press, incline dumbbell press, and cable flies, but at a higher, more spread out frequency, which allows you to go harder and get more output per exercise and allows you to have more chest sessions per week. If you can make it to the gym 4 days per week, then I recommend that you just do the 3-day split, but at a 4-day per week frequency. In this scenario, the day of the week that each workout falls on will just remain the same from week to week, making it much easier to keep track of. And side note, drop a comment below if you want to see a video on how to perform any of these exercises, because I want to make videos that are going to be as helpful to you guys as possible. So if you can make it to the gym 5 days per week, then this is where things start to get a little more interesting, because you can start to introduce a little bit more specificity and a little bit more variation into your workouts. Now, if I was going to work out 5 days per week, I would do it one of 2 ways. The first way would look like this. So what you just saw was an upper lower push-pull legs split. And I have already expressed in this video how I strongly dislike push-pull legs, but on a 5-day workout routine, it's really one of the only ways that you can have a symmetrical workout split that's the same from week to week. What I would much prefer you do is to just use the 6-day split the same way you would with a 3-day split, where you just keep cycling through the workouts from week to week, even though the exact day that you do each workout changes from week to week. For this method, my routine would look like this. And again, I'm not going to go through each individual exercise. There will be 2 slides here, so feel free to pause and screenshot them both. So this is the split that I'm currently running, and it is proven to be by far the best that I have tried. I've tried push-pull legs, I've tried bro splits, I've tried full body, upper lower. This one is by far the best. Now, it is a lot, I get it. So this is probably going to be more for the intermediate to advanced lifters, but I think that if you give this a shot for your 5 or 6 day gym routine, that you're going to love it. It checks all the boxes of hitting each muscle group twice per week, giving adequate volume and rest, and spreading out compound lifts to minimize fatigue. And I've been running this split for the past 4 years with excellent results. Now, if you also want to get excellent results, send me an email or a Twitter DM at the address in the description for custom workout plans and for online personal training. I've been working out for 14 years. I've helped several friends and family along their fitness journey, and I want to help you too. Overall, no matter how many days you can make it to the gym, some days are better than no days. So regardless of whether it's 2 days a week or 6 days a week, every day that you make it to the gym is an amazing decision for your health. And I hope that this video made that decision just a little bit easier for you. Let me know in the comments what your current routine is, and subscribe for more tips on how to level up and live your best life.